What's up, everybody? It's David. I'm your host of Highway to Health podcast. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a fun one. So on Highway to Health, we talk about how we're improving patient access, patient experience, patient outcomes. And I've got a great group with me. They're from Oosto. I'm going to introduce them here in a minute. We're going to talk about how they're winning in healthcare, and they're helping healthcare facilities and providers win and protect their patients. But we're on my home court, and I have home court advantage today. We're going to put these guys through the gauntlet. We're going to see if they can win on the court, on the course, and in the field. And then we're going to teach you how Oosto's winning in healthcare. Thank you for being here. Appreciate Matt, you being here. Patrick, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
You ready for this?
Yes.
All right.
Been stretching.
First game. You've been stretching?
We're good.
First game. First to 5. Okay. Lines in the sand. We got to make 5. I'm going to interrupt you, throw you some curveballs along the way. See if you can handle them.
Okay.
You got your stretching in?
We did.
Okay. No pulled muscles.
No hammy excuse.
And there's no security cameras in here, so I don't want to get in trouble.
That's good.
All right. Take your spots. Take your positions. We'll go on my go.
Round 1.
All right. First to 5. Get your own rebound. Don't cheat. All right.
We're good. What happened? All right.
So basketball, it's a game of operational efficiency. It's a game of teamwork, but it's also about it's a game about making quick decisions. And I'm going to interrupt you while we're playing here. We're going to talk about how Oosto is executing on those initiatives, how they align with the game of basketball. So keep those in mind. Get those brains working as we get our bodies working. Are we ready?
Oh, we're ready.
3, 2, 1, play.
Oh, that was bad.
Overs. Closer. There we go. We're hitting rim over here, Matt. Hey, no rim needed. 1-0. 2-0. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1.
He's got a weighted ball over there.
2-2. All tied up. 3-2. It's a good place to pause here. Good place to pause. So, Patrick, this for you. Let's talk about attendance tracking. When it comes to attendance tracking, know who, where, when, how does Oosto help teams, help healthcare facilities and providers automate time and attendance? How do you free up time for those providers so that they can focus on the most important job they have, which is patient care?
Yep, it's a good question. In our system, we give people data. So a lot of times they'll have other systems doing full time and attendance and payroll, but they'll want to have authentication or second factor. Yep. So somebody comes in with a badge, it's Matt's badge. I show it as I'm here today. Matt's sitting on the couch at home because he pulled a hamstring playing basketball. My system will do the second factor authentication that says that's not Matt, right? So we sit behind on the camera and we're doing, we're basically supplying data to the healthcare provider to say this is that person or is not.
Okay, I like it. 3-2. You got some catching up to do, Matt. Ready? Play. Oh, got robbed there. Uh-oh.
Rick.
Jump ball.
I'm normally right-handed. I'm just trying to go easy on you, man.
Lefties are hard to guard. Oh. 4. 5. Game, set, match.
Okay.
Basketball belongs to him.
Yep, he's ping pong.
We're 1 up. So you lead 1-0 in the series. Second question here. Second question. Matt, this is for you. Basketball, full court vision, right? You've got to see not only your guys, but the other guys, right? The guys that can help you got to identify them, but you also have to identify the defense so you don't turn it over, make a mistake. What kind of data insights does Oosto give to healthcare leaders so that they can drop the right play?
Yeah, I think the biggest one is just how quick it is. So the real-time alerting will be less than a second. So we'll get that data immediately. And then when it comes to healthcare operations, I think about the MICU. So new parents, they're going to want people watching their children. And also anyone up there who shouldn't be up there, security is going to want to know about that.
You think that?
That's a great answer. And I'm a father of 7. So I want this technology sitting outside of maternity wards, double checking, right? If somehow they got through that system and that band is not on that child, you don't want someone getting a hold of a newborn, right? It shouldn't be there.
Yeah. As a dad myself, I can only imagine. So, yeah, very important solution. And providers need to know about these options too.
They don't. They don't know that we're out here, which is why we're playing basketball today.
That's right. That's right. You ready for some golf?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Round 2.
You got any golfers in the group?
No.
Who wants yellow?
Well, if he said he was a golfer, then he gets his quota raised. So.
All right, so we're going to do this. We've got 3 putts to make. Every time you make one, you move back. All right, first putt's from here. You can't move back until you make. Each one gets a go. you get to pick since you're up 1-0 in this series. Who goes first?
Put them under the pressure.
Matt, you got it here.
Don't overthink it, Matt.
Don't overthink it.
If the ball should be on your back foot or your front foot, try not to overthink it, Matt. Yep.
It's been a while.
Patrick didn't say anything about golf etiquette and not talking, so. Okay. Misery loves company, Matt.
We're both right. We're both missing a little to the right here, leaving the club face open, maybe. Don't overthink it, though. Getting closer, getting closer. But that's, you miss by an inch in golf. It's a big deal. It's a big miss. Angle or two.
What do they say, horseshoes
big
and hand
difference.
grenades?
That's right. Uh-oh. You might be in trouble, Matt. All right, so Matt, you can't move. You're still hitting from there.
Don't move. No cheating.
No, now he's got to go back. He's got to make a different, a little bit longer of a putt, and we'll go one a little bit longer from here. Yeah, he gets, hey,
I keep going? It's like the Pro-Am right here. I'm going to work my way back to that window.
Make it take it in this game. Out to the right. All right, so let's take a minute. Let's kind of put this together. So golf is, we all know golf. It's a game about patience. It's a game about precision. Club face open, close a little bit, 100 yards difference. Precision plays a key part in Oosto solutions too. Patience probably keeps, having the right information, having the right yardage in golf probably aligns or matches with some of the things that you guys are doing for healthcare. Let's talk about that. So contact tracing is a big part of your business. So with Oosto, in golf, there's tricky terrain. This putt's gonna fall right. There's always sand traps, there's water, there's tricky terrain in your line of business too. How are you tracking patient interactions? How are you ensuring that every potential exposure is identified, you're identifying the hazards, and you're avoiding those risks?
That's a good question. So one of the number one things that healthcare providers deal with is infection, right?
Yep.
If you have infections, if you have sepsis, if patients have a bad experience, in our country, they get scored lower.
Yep.
Their reimbursement rates are impacted. So it impacts their margin, revenue, and everything else. So their whole operation is impacted by infections.
Yep.
If you have doctors that have washed and are touching doors to get into a facility, they're going to impact that patient by maybe cross-contaminating or introducing infection. We have examples we'll show you in the link below, like Raphael Hospital, brand new hospital. They integrated our technology. The technology, even with a mask on and the cap, identifies that surgeon and allows them access into the emergency room, but no one else, right? So you may have 3 nurses that are certified, qualified, that will be allowed through that door and that don't have to touch anything. So they don't need to take a badge out. They don't need to put in a code. The door will automatically open for them based on the data that we're giving them in real time as a doctor goes from scrubbing up to saving somebody's life.
Huge. To be able to do that through a mask and through a cap is pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's just math.
Just Matt, what do you mean by that?
Well, it's mathematics. So what we're looking at in that image is math. So we're looking from the toe to the top of the head. We're looking at the head separate from the body. We're looking at all the skeletal measurements, and then we're looking at someone's face. So if they're partially occluded, we still have all the other data that lets us know that it's you. It's not just your face.
In a way, it simplifies it. It's a mathematic problem.
It's just math.
You got the formula.
Yeah.
Who's up? Oh, you got something to add. What do you got?
Yeah, just 'cause when you mentioned contract tracing and doing the math, we can also, even though I can get the back of someone's body, so let's say I'm walking away from the camera, I can still see that that was the last person to enter the ring. And we'll be able to identify that person based on the skeleton.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we can actually track you without seeing your face. So we saw you once, and now as you move about the building, we know it's you, even if you put something like a covering over your face.
So we're talking about the hazard of infection here,
mm-hmm.
but my mind immediately goes to other hazards in healthcare. And there are threats. And you mentioned one in our previous conversation about human traffickers.
Yep.
We see it on the news, big, political topic too.
Sure.
How do we avoid those hazards with Oosto?
Yeah, so one of the things that people are doing is they're casing hospitals. So those that want to steal others are casing emergency rooms, hospital parking facilities, and hospitals in general. They're typically between 5 and 7 times before they feel confident enough that they know what the weakness is to be able to abduct a child or take someone. The ability to look into the parking garages and do that threat assessment where you've got people loitering or coming on multiple days that shouldn't be there, that's the kind of information. It's just math to us, but it's information that's important to a security professional or someone in the operations center at the hospital. And we'll highlight those things and say there's a pattern here that's worth your attention. It may save a life.
And it doesn't matter. I mean, if we can identify physicians, doctors, surgeons with masks and gear on, or if they're walking away from us, that information and that ability comes in handy when identifying threats.
Yep.
Disguises, different wardrobes, doesn't matter. It's just math.
Yeah, and even former disgruntled, right? So a lot of times you'll see other threats coming to a hospital. One of the things that we see a lot of now are nurses being assaulted, right? These are typically the first of a kind. There's not much you can do. There's, in Philadelphia, somebody came out of a drug-induced almost coma and assaulted a couple of people. Not much you can do with our technology to prevent that from happening. However, the second time someone comes in that is known violent or aggressive towards a nurse, we can let you know, data, that this person is now here. They're either the person that jumped the pharmacy and punched the pharmacist and stole drugs, or there's someone else that's done some other bad thing that now these security professionals have proactive, real-time information to help make it a safer environment.
We talk about nurses and these doctors being frontline workers. That term was around a lot during COVID. Your mind immediately goes to, the infections, the diseases that they're confronted with every day that they're treating. So you think about, that side of their health, but what most don't realize is the physical threat, assault threat that they're facing every day. I think I read something, y'all could probably correct me on it, but is it 60-70% of all workplace violence happens in a healthcare setting?
Yes. And so there are two different threats. One that is bacteria they can't see.
Yeah.
They signed up for that. They know that threat. That's the job and profession they chose.
Yep.
They did not choose to be an unsafe environment, trying to help others, and they themselves are now being threatened. So I think administrators can do a whole lot more to be proactive, to try to provide the physical safety while they're trying to provide care in that realm.
Yeah, protect their employees.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Who's up?
All right.
From way up, the ladies' tees, he said.
You changed your stance.
Hey, you didn't leave it short. You gave it a chance.
So Matt, it's obvious to everybody that's watching that you are trying to overcompensate. Not sure what's behind that, but
The psychological warfare is pretty good with this one.
it's got to be strong.
Don't leave it right.
Okay. Ooh,
Didn't leave it right.
went hard left.
Didn't leave it right. Here you go.
Whoa, you don't get to come back here.
All right. I was just checking it out, making sure it's level.
Lining it
No,
up.
this is Thanksgiving dinner back here. You got to go up to the other table.
The kiddies table? Oh man, ladies' tees and kiddies tables. You got the line figured out. Now it's all about pace.
Yep.
If he skunks you, we're gonna call it.
Hammer
if he goes
time.
2-0 on this one, we're just gonna walk off.
Oh, sure.
Okay, all right, that's coming up.
Yeah, there's something wrong with the floor here.
Hey,
It's got to be.
it's windy outside. This building's swaying.
We'll get it leveled.
You're up this high.
So have you done this type of game before?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, we play this daily.
I mean,
Home court
as
advantage.
anyone else, how we did on time.
Has anybody been subjected to this abuse?
Pace of, hey, I was just about to say something about pace
Besides
of play, but then you knocked it in. All right, here we go. Keep the hand hot. Make it take it. Yeah,
Whoa,
right there.
easy.
Right here? Are you on?
Right here.
I was.
Here, let's put it right there.
You're taking the shot from where you just took it. All right, next one wins. I think I got it now. Oof.
Just off the toe. Just off the toe. It would have gone in had we left it.
We're going to take this one out of the rotation.
That looks good.
Really?
That counts. We can count it.
We'll be here all day.
All right, 2-0. All right, you got basketball, you got golf under your belt now. With 2 remaining, what do we call this? Dormy?
What's the tiebreaker?
We'll talk about that. It's gonna be your elevator pitch. You got it ready? All right, so we're dormy. Up 2 with 2 to go, okay? Common term in golf, bogey. What's a bogey to Oosto? What's a bogey to our healthcare facilities and providers?
Bogey to Oosto. The biggest challenge I think we face is when I'm talking to new people and trying to describe our solution, they immediately think, Minority Report, we're gathering all this data, we're Big Brother looking over you. And that's where the education needs to start. What we provide is an empty database for you to manage, and you're putting in the known threats to your facility in that system. So nurses, for example, they may have a protective order against an ex-spouse. it's your job as that facility to, protect that nurse. And if you do have Oosto, put them in the database. That way, when that individual enters the parking lot, you can get them out of there before that nurse even sees them.
Identifying the risk or the hazard and avoiding it. And they have an obligation. You're right. I think you said it right. It's their responsibility. And it's hard to execute on that responsibility without the information about the data. And if you have the data, it's a math problem.
That's it. Yeah, generally lack of awareness is a thing that's keeping a lot of people from deploying something like this. They don't understand it. They assume they do, right? Privacy, HIPAA, there's a lot of things that are working against them. We work in all those environments, right? And we can help them be compliant and reduce that risk.
I challenge these administrators to have an open mind. For a long time, we've just looked at traditional means of executing our business and staying safe, staying compliant, delivering great experience and outcomes and access for our patients. But oftentimes these administrators are so busy working in their business that they're unaware of what is available and what they can do to work on their business. And this is such an innovative technology, but it's been used for years in other industries. And we can take that advancement in technology, that innovation, apply it to healthcare, not only for the safety reasons and for the protection of our patients and our employees, but also for the scalability of our staff and for a lot of value that can be delivered to these hospitals and these healthcare providers.
Yep, great points.
Ping pong is your game?
We'll see. I may.
Let's go try it out.
Round 3.
All right, we'll let you pick your weapon here. There's some good ones, and then there's some really good ones.
No. Go for it.
Why do you have two?
Why wouldn't you? I don't want him getting one of them. What do you mean, why do I have two? No, I don't know what you're talking about. There is no good or bad. There's good and gooder.
There you go. So, ping pong. All right. Quick reflexes. When I think of ping pong, got to be accurate. Got to follow the rules, no cheating. But also, you got to put a little spin on the ball. All right, you got to have a little control, a little touch, a little feel. So, I'm going to ask you some questions, but think about how Oosto is adding those elements or providing those elements in a business setting, in a healthcare setting for your customers. We're going to play to 7. We're going to switch serves after every 3 serves. So, serve 3, he serves 3, and then if it's game point, okay, and you're losing, you serve until you lose. All right, play to 7. Keep your head in the game, though. I think you're gonna need it. Uh-oh. All right, 1-0. 1-0 here. 1-0 Matt. You get 2 more serves. Pretty good touch. 2-0. 2-0. He said it was his game. 2-1. 2-1. Your serve. That was a big point there. That's a big point. Back in it. Oh. 2s. Two. 4-2 or 3-3. 3-3. Oh, his serve. Yeah, 3. Back to him. 4-3. It's going for the edge. Let's pause right here. I got a question for you. Throw you off your game a little bit since you're winning. So we talked about having the right spin. So on regulatory compliance, all right, I would like to know how Oosto is helping healthcare facilities stay ahead of the game when it comes to health and safety regulations.
Yeah. Well, when I think of healthcare compliance, so my mind jumps to HIPAA. So what we can do is make sure patient files are more secure. Rooms that shouldn't be accessed by certain individuals are more secure. So let's say I'm a nurse, I get up from my desk, and now we have an empty room here. We can have an area mapped out where only authorized individuals are allowed in that area. So I take a step in, nothing happens. But if you're a patient, you just walked in, you're not in the database, you walk into this area, security will get a real-time alert that you're there, not going through files, potentially stealing sensitive data.
Yeah. I think about this in the way of protecting certain pharmaceuticals, certain drugs. You mentioned pharmacy earlier, and the physical altercation that can happen at the pharmacy with patients and bad actors. There's a facility here locally that had a doctor going into the drug closet and contaminating drugs out of spite, and it was harming patients for a long time. The only reason they found it years later was because they had installed and had gone back, and sure enough, they were able to catch it. But it went on for years. and patients were being impacted by contaminated drugs and pharmaceuticals, and there are dozens of lives impacted. That guy's in jail, they caught him, but they only caught him because of the technology that became available, was installed, implemented, and then leveraged. And so keeping people in and out of the right spaces automatically with this type of mathematical equation helps these facilities stay compliant.
Well, you think about cybersecurity. Matt touched on HIPAA as one of the examples. It's really important in the cyber realm to be able to keep people away from those machines in the physical realm, right? And being able to verify that that is Matt, he is the person we trained, he is certified to use Epic, Cerner, whatever our record system is. Yeah. We're able to keep him on the machine and keep those that shouldn't be in the machine anywhere from getting to the machine. So it helps from a cybersecurity perspective. We talked a little bit about the pharmacy and unusual behavior, right? A doctor standing for a very prolonged period of time or frequency that is anomalous. You'd have been able to detect that behavior a long time ago because you can identify this particular person who is secure to be there is spending far too much time where they never would, no one else does. Those anomalies can be brought to the security professionals' attention so they can protect patients.
And it raises questions. You get to ask why. All right, 4-3. Fours. You got ball. You got a ball there.
What's going on?
5-4.
Just put a spin on it.
Hey, it's the spin. That's what we talked about.
Oh.
Fives. 5-5. That was off the table. Did you touch it on purpose?
No, he hit me with it.
Okay. All right.
He's flexing on me.
So, all right. So it's 6-5, which means it's game point here. You serve. If you get to 6 before he gets to 7, we'll go to deuce, just like tennis. Sixes. So it's deuces. You keep serve until you get the advantage. Win by 2. Now it's your serve. 7-6. Win by 2.
He's making me walk back there. It's part of the strategy. It's not right.
Wear him out.
8-6. That's game. That's game. You're up 3-0. I beat him in.
Wow.
Good strategy. Good strategy. Hey, we don't hire dummies around here. Keeping the ball in play. That's how you score in ping pong. Just keep it in play, right? How does Oosto keep the ball in play in terms of data privacy and ensuring the right people can only have the access to the sensitive information that we've already talked about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we talked about a couple of things. One is cyber and physical kind of coming together. People in the physical world will do some type of pen test, right? So they'll do a penetration test on all the systems in the hospital, and then they'll have somebody sneak in and pretend to be the janitor with a valid ID badge. And that person then puts a USB stick in a machine. They're the kind of things that we can prevent. We talked a little bit about the right person in the right place. So if I'm a NICU nurse, why am I down in some other area that's anomalous, right? We'll give you the data to bring it to your attention. It could be an out of compliance situation, or it could be something worse, poisoning of patients or patient safety related.
Yeah. You guys are good sports. Put you through the gauntlet. Put you through a combine, the market scale combine of sorts. Athletes win by being more athletic, by being more prepared, having a good game plan. Oosto wins a lot, and your healthcare providers and your facilities win a lot. As we wrap up here, I'd like your opinion on how and why Oosto's winning. You have a lot of competitors out there, but y'all win a lot, and I want to know how.
Well, I'll go first, and I'll let Matt go because I won. We do math better, right? It's that simple. Our mission is to protect people, and we use math to do it, and we do it better than others. We compete with a lot of vendors that say they do facial recognition. That's interesting. We do people recognition. So we will look at an individual from head to toe. We will mathematically put that with skeletal data. So all the joints, all the distances of bones. We'll then put that with the head from all the different angles that we see it. And then we'll marry that to the face if we get to see the face. Yeah. So we see the entirety of the person, where our competitors will just look at face. Gotcha. And in many cases, it's not even their software. They're not enhancing it and improving it because they bought it from somebody else and just plugged it into their product and they're trying to push it on you. We're enhancing ours all the time. So we do the entire person, we do math, and we do math better than others.
I would say, so my favorite athletes aren't the uber athletic guys, they're the film nerds. They're people who over prepare. And I would say, we've been doing this for 10 plus years with our algorithms. We have a great team of engineers who, sorry guys, I don't mean to call you nerds, but you're our film nerds. And they prepare a ton. And yeah, we've just been working out these algorithms for years and years, and now it's delivering. When we go on site, we'll look at the lighting, we'll look at the height of the cameras. So when we do a setup, we're not just giving you like, oh, go ahead and deploy. We're sending out our guys, our best guys who've done this over and over and over again, making sure you're set up for success.
Great answers. Here's what I know about healthcare, just from the time that I've been in it career-wise, but also as a patient, as a dad, as a son, to parents that are needing more and more care, is information helps me make the right decision for myself or for my loved one. And when you think about it in a healthcare setting, they're providing that care to thousands of people, and they need information. They need data so they can make the right decisions, make it quickly. And at the root of this, you're providing that information, that data, that math, so that they can take care of me, they can take care of my loved ones, keep us safe, and also take care of the people that are taking care of me. And that's powerful. And it's anybody that's listening and watching and thinking this is, would you call it Minority Report or Mission Impossible? It's not. Walk into a casino, see if you can be a bad actor and how far you can get there. That's the level of security we need to bring to the healthcare industry, and y'all are doing it. So
we appreciate you for bringing it to their attention, because there's a lot of similarities between the industries. If they just would talk to each other, they could do a much better job protecting.
Well, thank y'all. Well done. Well done. Good strategy, Matt. I do the same thing.
I tried. Yeah.
He's a pro.